this video, I'm going to show you how to get the best start with newborn breastfeeding positioning. You'll learn tips and tricks on positioning your baby for successful breastfeeding that will make it easier for both of you. 1. What are some of the benefits of proper newborn breastfeeding positioning? Newborn breastfeeding positioning has a number of benefits for both parent and baby. Positioning the baby correctly can make it easier for them to latch on and get comfortable. The correct position will help ensure that the baby gets the most milk possible from each feed, which can help promote healthy digestion and aid in weight gain. For parents, proper newborn breastfeeding positioning helps reduce back pain, decreases fatigue during feeds, and prevents any discomfort associated with improper latching. Additionally, when you are positioned correctly, it makes it much easier to bond with your little one as they nurse comfortably in your arms. 2. What are some common mistakes that new moms make when positioning their babies for breastfeeding? One mistake that new moms often make when positioning their babies for breastfeeding is not supporting the back or neck. It's important to remember to always support your baby's back and neck while you are breastfeeding them. This helps prevent reflux and provides more comfort for both mom and baby. Another common mistake is not bringing the baby close enough to the breast. This can cause problems with latching on, which will make it harder for your baby to get a good feed. Make sure that your baby's chin is touching your breast and his mouth is wide open before attempting to latch him on. 3. How should I position my baby for the best latch? When it comes to newborn breastfeeding positioning, the key is to find a position that feels comfortable and natural for both you and your baby. You can try different positions until you find one that works best for you. Some common positions used when breastfeeding include the cross-cradle hold, football hold, side-lying position, and cradle hold. The cross-cradle hold involves holding your baby in your arm with their head cradled in the bend of your elbow. This allows them to tilt their chin slightly down towards your breast, which helps them latch on comfortably. The football hold is similar but uses a pillow or rolled-up blanket at your side to support the baby so they can lie across your body and reach your breasts easily. 4. What should I do if my baby is struggling to stay in position while breastfeeding? If your baby is having difficulty staying in position while breastfeeding, it can help to encourage them to stay put by supporting their neck and head with one hand. You may also want to try repositioning them until you find a comfortable position for both of you. If possible, move your baby closer to you as this will make it easier for them to latch on correctly. If your baby is too small or weak to stay in place, then consider using pillows or blankets to support them. Additionally, be sure that the environment around the two of you is comfortable and calming, so they are not distracted from feeding. Don't forget, practice makes perfect. With regular practice and patience, positioning and latching on will become second nature for both of you. 5. Is there a specific way I should hold my baby while breastfeeding? Yes, there is a specific way to hold your baby while breastfeeding. The football hold is the most common and comfortable position for many mothers and babies. To do this properly, cradle your baby with his or her legs tucked under your arm and support the head and neck with your hand. Make sure you keep your back straight so that you don't strain yourself during feeding. You can also use the cradle hold, which involves cradling the baby in both of your arms, supporting their shoulders and head with one arm underneath them and one on top. Whichever position works best for you. Make sure that it is comfortable for both you and your baby. It is important to provide enough support while feeding so that your baby can latch and feed properly. If either of you feels uncomfortable or strained, try adjusting your position until it feels better. Don't be afraid to experiment with a few different positions until you find the one that works for you. With some practice, you'll get the hang of it in no time. 6. Are there any special tips for breastfeeding while lying down? Yes. There are a few tips to make breastfeeding while lying down easier and more comfortable for both you and your baby. First, make sure that your back is supported with a good pillow or two so it won't get uncomfortable after a few minutes. Secondly, Slide the baby up towards your breast instead of reaching down to the baby. This will help keep both your arms in a comfortable position. Lastly, try out different positions to find what works best for you. You may find that alternating between side lying and semi-reclined positions helps keep things comfortable and makes breastfeeding easier. With some practice, you should be able to master breastfeeding while lying down in no time. 7. What should I do if I'm having trouble positioning my baby correctly? If you find yourself struggling with positioning your baby correctly, don't worry. It can take some practice and patience to get the hang of it. First, make sure that your baby is alert enough to respond so that it can latch on easily. Then, double-check that your baby's entire body, not just their head, is facing towards the breast, and that their chin is touching the breast. Finally, make sure their mouth is wide open and centered over the nipple area. If you're still having trouble, ask a lactation consultant or experienced breastfeeding helper for assistance in finding positions that work best for you and your baby. They may be able to provide helpful tips or techniques to ensure successful feeding sessions. We hope that this video has given you a better understanding of the basics of newborn breastfeeding positioning. Remember, each baby is different, so it's important to experiment with different positions until you find one that works best for both you and your baby. If you have any questions or comments about what we discussed in this video, please leave them below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found the information helpful. Thanks for watching.